Pakistan has launched airstrikes against cities in Afghanistan, with the defense minister speaking of open war between the two neighbors. The Pakistani military released these images of strikes it carried out in the Afghan capital, Kabul. Sources say the operation also included ground strikes on Taliban targets. Both sides have carried out attacks and reported a high number of casualties. The latest flare-up was sparked by what Islamabad described as an Afghan cross-border attack in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa border region. Tensions have long been high along the border. Pakistan accuses Afghanistan of harboring militants who launch attacks inside its territory. DW reporter Binish Javed is an expert on the region. She gave us more details on what Pakistan is saying about why these border clashes are happening.
Pakistan is saying that Pakistan is calling this recent Afghan attack as an unprovoked fire. And this footage that we are seeing on the screen has been released by Pakistani military. Again, we cannot independently verify this footage. Pakistan is claiming that Afghanistan attacked at multiple locations along the Pakistan-Afghanistan border, and that Pakistan responded with an immediate and effective response. Pakistan also says that they have inflicted huge damage on the Afghan side.
Journalist Iftikhar Firdos is following this story and joins us from Islamabad. Iftikhar, Pakistan's defense minister says his country is now in open war with Afghanistan. What does he mean by that? And are you hearing the same from Afghan authorities?
Yes, it's a build-up that's been taking place since the Afghan Taliban actually came in power. So it's not something that's happened overnight. One of the main reasons and the bone of contention between both the countries has been the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, a Taliban affiliate of Pakistani origin that has been consistently attacking the Pakistan military as well as the law enforcement agencies, trying to expand their reign in the peripheries and also carrying out attacks even as far as Islamabad. This recent escalation is actually because there were suicide bombings that took place in the federal capital, as well as large-scale attacks, despite the fact that there was a negotiation that took place in October last year. And we saw Qatar and Turkey actually jumping in and trying to save both the countries from going for a major escalation. But after a 3.5 months row, the attacks have not stopped on Pakistani territory. And we had been seeing statements. The defense minister is not the first person to actually say that, but he was one of the first persons under the recent escalation, even prior when Pakistan actually carried out the jet strikes after the Afghan Taliban gave a reaction to it. We saw him on TV giving multiple statements saying that if these attacks do not stop, because Pakistan believes that the leadership of this group is actually being supported and logistically given support by the Afghan Taliban to carry out attacks in Pakistan. And I think that's one of the major points of escalation. The rest of it are just the, other points, which include the border management issues as well as border disputes, as well as some other tariff issues between both the countries. But those are secondary. The first and foremost issue is that of terrorism on Pakistani soil.
So where could this go from here? Is either side likely to back down, or can we expect further escalation?
I think things have gone pretty much haywire from what actually we've seen previously happen between both these countries. And I mean, we've seen arbitration from Qatar, from Turkey, from Saudi Arabia. Even yesterday, we saw some communication from the Saudi foreign minister with the Pakistani counterparts, and a statement from the defense ministry of Afghanistan after they had attacked certain areas in Pakistan and, inflicted some casualties and damages, which Pakistan had responded. By midnight, they said that they would stop, and then we saw Pakistani jets bombing Kabul and Kandahar and Paktia, and then once again we saw an escalation on the borders in which the Taliban said that now once again they would react. I mean, it seems to be a tautological circle, but just a reminder for the viewers as well that this is not the first time that this has happened. Since the Taliban have actually come into power, Pakistan has carried out jet bombings in Afghanistan 5 times, some of it acknowledged, the rest of it being unacknowledged. Where it goes from here actually depends on what friendly Muslim countries would do, because they've been the one who have previously intervened and stopped these wars. We do not see any, such communication from any of them for now that could actually come in and sort of be the arbiter.
Okay.
But the communication lines are good.
Iftikhar, thank you very much for talking with us today. That was Iftikhar Firdaus in Islamabad.